If your Google Ads is not bringing enough phone calls, that means you could be making expensive mistakes. In this video, I'll go over the most common errors that you could be making and they are driving up the costs. And I'm going to show you how to optimize your campaigns for better ROI. So let's get started. So guys, we're in our Google Ads dashboard, and if you're an HVAC business and if you think you're overpaying for cost per phone call in Google Ads, in this video, I'm going to share you some tactics and strategies, and if you implement them correctly, you can reduce your cost per phone call with Google Ads. So this is one of our local service business accounts. And as you can see in this industry, the cost per click is really high, around about $29. And this is the last 30 days data. And we've got around 400 clicks and we've got 63 conversions. And those conversions can be phone calls as well as form submissions. And we've spent around $12,000. And this business is a local service business like HVAC service businesses, and their goal is the same, to generate phone calls or form submissions. And we're going to see how you can reduce your cost per phone call or cost per lead. So first mistake you could be making is using broad match type or using loser match type, which means you could be either using phrase match type, and even those phrase match types can be bringing lots of irrelevant traffic. So not using broad match type can be clear for some accounts, but even then I see some of the accounts which are using just default match type, which is broad match type. If you're gonna copy the keywords and use them as they are, they're gonna be by default broad match type. So you should go to the keywords section and check whether they are broad match or they are other match types, such as phrase match or exact match types. And make sure that they are not broad match type, because broad match type can attract lots of irrelevant traffic and they can waste a lot of your budget. And with this way alone, you can save a lot of your ad spend. So again, if you're not using broad match tab but using phrase match tab, and your phrase match tabs are bringing lots of irrelevant traffic, you need to rethink about using phrase match tabs. For example, if you're gonna go to the insights and reports and go to the search terms report, and we're gonna scroll down. For example, we can sort by the number of conversions you're getting, and you can find from here what are the users searching for the last 30 days here, for example. And you can also see what is the data saying for the last 1 day, 2 day, or for the last 7 days. You can go through your search terms and see whether they are relevant, what the users are looking for. If phrase matches sometimes bringing mixed intent traffic, such as sometimes bringing high quality, sometimes bringing low quality traffic, you can add as many negative keywords as possible. So you can select any one of those keywords and you can add them as negative keywords. Otherwise, if phrase matches are bringing lots of irrelevant traffic, you may consider pausing phrase match keywords and only using exact match keywords. But the downside of using only exact match keywords is exact match can cost you much higher. So only using exact match keywords may not be that profitable for some of the businesses in some of the locations. So make sure you're pausing the phrase match keywords if they are bringing lots of irrelevant traffic. Otherwise, using phrase matches and exact matches in combination can cost cheaper. And if you're still getting phone calls or form submissions with phrase and exact match combination, you can keep using phrase matches, but you need to make sure that you're going to add negative keywords regularly. So you need to go through your search terms report daily or frequently and make sure that your search terms report are clean. So this can help you generate high quality phone calls and form submissions. A quick reminder, want me to personally review your Google Ads account for free and record a short video with my findings? Click the link in the description below to request your free audit and no commitment required. I'll personally review your account and send you the audit in a video format. So don't miss out and request it now. And another mistake many people might be making, and it's relevant to the previous example, which is not adding negative keywords at all. So you can add negative keywords right before you start your campaign, or once you've generated some data, you can add your negative keywords. So I'm going to show you that now. And if you're going to go to tools and under planning, if you're going to go to keyword planner and click on discover new keywords. And after that, you need to put your target keyword. And once we add that, we're going to scroll down and click on get results. So we can find negative keywords from here as well. So let's say you haven't launched your campaign and you can find negative keywords or other irrelevant terms from here as well. So we're going to go here and expand that and uncheck them all. And we're going to only select brand terms, which is our competitor terms. And we're going to add them as a negative term so that anybody who's searching on Google will not search our competitor terms. And we're going to clean our search terms report beforehand. So we're going to only select brand terms. So that looks like brand term, and other brands, we're going to keep that as well. And service names, we're going to uncheck them. And sector names, we're going to uncheck them as well. They might be also relevant. And others, it might include brand terms or it might not include brand terms as well. We're gonna keep them for now. And as you can see, we have only 12 keyword ideas out of 1400 keyword ideas. So we don't have a lot of brand terms, but with your keyword, you might see different numbers. So you might use HVAC services only. For example, you might get different keyword ideas and the brand terms might be more. So you can select your brand terms from here, or you can also go to your Google map and find the list of competitors you have in your location and add them as a negative keyword so that before launching your campaigns, you need to make sure that the users who are searching on Google are not looking for your competitors and seeing your ad. Otherwise, they can click your ad, and after finding out you are not the company they're looking for, they can just waste your ad spend by clicking your ad. So, if you add as many negative keywords as possible before you launch your campaign, that's gonna save you a lot of money for the potential clicks you might be getting in the future. And also, you can similarly add negative keywords again by going to the campaigns and insights and reports and going search terms report. You can add your negative keywords and you can regularly monitor your search terms report by seeing them daily or weekly or monthly. And you can go through the keywords and identify the irrelevant terms and add them as a negative keywords. So if you're gonna do that regularly, you can keep cleaning your search terms report and the quality of the clicks you can get can be higher. And with that way, you can get high quality phone calls or form submissions. And the next one is targeting too wide area. So for example, if you serve on a very small location, such as let's say Tampa, but you are running ads on a bigger location. So let's see from this example, if you're gonna make it bigger and we're using countrywide targeting here. And if you're gonna, let's say, choose the city Tampa, and if you're gonna choose other nearby locations as well, and you may not be able to serve in those locations, you can waste your ad spend as well. So make sure that you can enter the location or exact location that you can serve. You can also enter your zip codes here. So which zip codes you can serve, you can add them here. And you can save some money by showing your ads in those locations. And also you can add other locations as negative, or you can exclude other locations as negative. For example, sometimes you can receive phone calls from other nearby locations and they may not be in your target location. That's why I would suggest you, if possible, exclude some locations. So you can exclude other nearby areas so that you won't get phone calls from nearby areas. Or at least you should target this location and target the people who are actually located in that location rather than targeting people who show an interest in that location. And the next one is you might be running ads 24/7, or you might not be using ad scheduling properly. So if you're going to go to assets and go to call, if you're going to see that call asset, for example, we can show our call extension at certain hours of the day, but we can run our ads 24/7. So that means you can receive phone calls at certain hours of the day, but your ads can run 24/7. And outside of the business hours, your phone number may not be shown and you still can get clicks from users. And for example, your phone number is not shown here and they can click on your headline and they can visit your website and they can submit the form outside of the business hours. So another way would be to use ad scheduling even with your call extensions if you are running ads 24/7. So this can help you to save some budget if you're gonna have missed calls outside of the business hours and you may not be able to answer the phone calls. And the next thing in our list, you may not have call tracking or you have set up your call tracking improperly. So if you're gonna go to this account and go to goals and under conversions, we're gonna go to summary. We're gonna scroll down. We have form submission conversion actions. So we have 3 locations under this account. So 3 locations can have different form submission conversion actions because they're using 3 different websites. So as you can see, we have some form submissions, and if you're gonna scroll down, we have calls directly from ads. And if you're gonna scroll down, we have calls from the website. So you need to set up your conversion tracking properly because otherwise you may not know which keywords are working, which keywords are not working, and are your campaigns really generating phone calls or form submissions with Google Ads? To know all of those, you need to set up conversion tracking. And conversion tracking needs to be set up right from the start. And if you set up your conversion tracking, that's going to be easy for you. After you've generated some data, you can optimize your keywords, campaigns. So for example, you can increase the budgets of high performing campaigns and reduce the budgets of the campaigns which are not performing good, or with the keywords which are performing good, you can give more chance and you can increase their bids, or with the lower performing keywords you can reduce their bids or you can pause those kind of keywords altogether. So conversion tracking can help you to optimize your campaigns, and overall you can know whether Google Ads is actually working or not. And conversion tracking is one of the first things you need to set up before running your ads. And the next thing in our list is low intent landing pages, or the landing pages which cannot convert users. So this is an example landing page that I've created myself, and they can be hundreds of different landing page ideas, but the point is you should have a very clear landing page, and they should have a H1 headline which is relevant to what the users are looking for, and it should have some descriptions, and it should have one call to action, and the landing page should be very clean and simple. I've seen so many websites, they have so many call to actions and so many distractions. For example, they may have contact us button here at the center as well, or form submissions again, and they can have chat widgets. For example, they can have so many call to actions, and that can be distracting for the users who are visiting to your website. So initial loading section of the website should be clean, and they should have one call to action, and that call to action should be the most important conversion action for your business. So you should have either call us button or either form submission section. And with that way, you may not distract the user, and there is going to be a higher chance they're going to call to your business rather than leaving your website. Or if you have so many call to actions, they may not do anything. So with this way, you can increase your conversion rate. And the next thing in our list, you might be having too many services in one campaign. So again, we're in the keyword planner and we have searched this keyword, and you might have different keyword ideas here. And depending on the keyword ideas, you might create different ad groups, and those ad groups might be different from each other depending on the keyword nature. And you can create different ad groups in one campaign. Also, you can create different campaigns based on the keyword nature. The best part is going to be creating different campaigns depending on the keyword nature rather than creating one campaign with different ad groups. Both of those strategies are good, but if you want to give more budget to the campaigns which are performing good, you can create different campaigns with different keyword nature, and you can identify which keywords are bringing better conversions, and you can give more budget to the campaigns which are performing better. But if you have one campaign, and one campaign can have, let's say, one ad group, and one ad group has, let's say, dozens of keywords and with different keyword nature, you cannot create very high quality and very relevant campaign with that way. So you can have two options. You can have one campaign, but with their different keyword nature, you can create different ad groups, or you can create several campaigns. Again, the keywords of those campaigns can be different with their keyword nature. For example, we can target HVAC services near me. For example, these three can be relevant or relate to each other, and we can use them as one ad group in one campaign, or we can use them in one campaign and create another campaign for a different ad group. And that different ad group can be, let's say, if your target location is in New York, you can say HVAC services in New York, and that could be a different ad group because the intent is slightly different. And you can use that as a different ad group in one campaign because we are using several ad groups in one campaign. Or if your strategy is different, you can use different campaigns with their keyword nature. Again, HVAC services in New York is going to be in different campaign. The advantage of having different campaigns can be you can increase or decrease their budget. But having them in one campaign, you can only increase or decrease their budget in one campaign level. So overall, you can create or choose your keywords depending on the keyword nature and create your ad groups or campaigns based on the keyword nature. And the next thing is bidding high on low performing keywords. So if you're going to go to this example account, and let's say we've generated 62 conversions, and we can go through the keywords and analyze them and find low performing keywords which are getting clicks but not converting, for example. So after going through those keywords, we can see the number of conversions, we can see the cost per conversion, and after analyzing, we can see some keywords, let's say, which are getting clicks and they converted one or two times, let's say, but the cost per conversion is really high. So in this industry, the average CPC is very high. That's why the cost per conversion is high. But overall, that's normal in this industry, and we can still get high revenue in this industry. Overall, you can analyze your keywords and make sure that you are bidding less for the keywords which are costing you more, or the keywords should be getting a lot of clicks but they're not bringing any conversion. And you can go through those kind of keywords by going to the keyword section and analyze those kind of keywords. And the last thing in our list is using local numbers when you're using call extensions or when you use the numbers on your website. So for example, if you're going to go there and click on assets and go to call, and if you analyze your phone number, the phone number you are using in your call extensions should be using local phone number. And this is my own example account. That's why I'm using the phone numbers like this. But in your example, in your local service business, you should be using your local area code. And that can also help you as well. So for example, if they are seeing your ad and they see that's not a local number and they may not click on your ad. Or let's say they haven't seen your call extension and they have clicked on your ad, and once they visit your website and they see the phone number format is different, and they may not contact your business. So for some reason, some accounts may use different phone numbers. Let's say non-local phone numbers. They might be using a different agency, or they use some kind of phone numbers purchased from some companies, and for some reason they may not be local phone number. And the point is, try to make it local phone number, and it can also increase the click-through rate, and it can also help you increase your conversion rate. So again, guys, if you want me to personally audit your Google Ads account for free and send that audit in a video format, you can click the link in the description below and request for that free audit. Or if you guys want my help to generate phone calls or form submissions to your HVAC business, you can also contact me by clicking the link in the description below. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching this video, and see you guys in my other videos.